Welcome to my class. In this particular class, we will talk about news groups, that is Usenet. Introduction. News groups are discussion groups that focus on a particular topic and assist in gathering information on that topic. The topics covered under news group may vary from politics, sports, religion, computers to government policy making. People interested in a particular topic may write articles which may become news for others. Then these articles are posted to the news group community so that they can read, reply, or post their comments on the topic. News groups provide pooled information on a topic to internet community. It provides a platform where users can discuss topics of mutual interest. Note: to read and post an article to the news group, it requires newsreader software such as Outlook Express from Microsoft. Note: news groups in general are discussion groups on the topics and not the actual news in the strict sense. What is the meaning of news group? Usenet is a worldwide network of news discussion groups. A news group is an online discussion forum accessible through Usenet network. Each news group contains discussion about a specific topic indicated in the news group name. What is a newsreader program? A newsreader is an application program that reads articles on Usenet, a distributed discussion system. One can browse news groups and post or reply to topics using a newsreader program. For instance, you need a browser, newsreader software or news client software to get there. For example, SAB, NZBD or Spotnet. On Usenet, people can read and post messages, which is termed as articles. One can subscribe to the postings on a particular news group. What is the full form of Usenet? Usenet, the name comes from the term users network. Basically, a news group is a discussion group about a particular subject which consists of written notes on an internet site and redistributed through Usenet, which is a worldwide network of news discussion groups. What is the use of Usenet? Users read and post messages called articles or posts and collectively termed news. Users read and post messages to one or more categories known as news groups. Usenet is the predecessor to the internet forum that are widely used today. Which protocol is used by Usenet? Usenet uses Network News Transfer Protocol. The Network News Transfer Protocol is an application protocol used for transporting Usenet news articles, that is net news, between news servers and for reading and posting articles by end user client applications. Example of a news group. For example, Computer Help. It's a good example of news group. Here individuals help each other relating to computer problems. Another example is Cola, where Linux information is announced. Who created Usenet? Usenet is a worldwide distributed discussion system available on computers. Tom Truscott and Jim Ellis conceived the idea in 1979 and it was established in 1980. Usenet Newsgroup have been around since the emergence of the internet. They can be considered as the very first online social network. News groups remain very much alive today and are active with many users because they provide for a more private and secure meeting grounds than today's social media sites and forums. There is no single central server where everything is stored, and there is no administrator for a subject or Usenet as a whole. All information is spread over various servers that store and send messages to each other through so-called news feeds. Look at this particular case. We have number of servers. These are Usenet servers. With the Usenet servers, there are number of computers attached. These computers, small computers, are of users. And on these user computers, one particular application software is installed, that is Newsreader. Newsreader software is installed on the user computers. Here you can see that these three are Usenet servers. Here you can find that these servers are exchanging information with each other. When they start exchanging information or news matters, then this is termed as news feed. Now let us see that these Usenet servers are interconnected and they are sharing information with each other. Sharing information among Usenet server is termed as news feed. Now let us combine all these components together. Newsreader is an application software which is installed on the user computer. On all these computers, a software called Newsreader is installed. These three are Usenet server. You can see it in the rectangle, blue rectangle. All these are Usenet server. These Usenet servers started exchanging information with each other. When they start exchanging information with each other, then this is termed as news feed. It means if a user connects to a Usenet server and if some news is not on that server, then this particular server can fetch news from the other server. And all these servers are interconnected with each other. We call this network as Usenet network. Let's take a live example. We have Usenet servers which are connected with each other. When the Usenet servers are connected with each other, then we call this as Usenet network. This network is connected to internet. From internet it is connected to different users. Once these servers are interconnected with each other, then we call this particular thing as news feed. It means if some information or news is not on a particular Usenet server, then it can get that particular news or information from other Usenet server. They are connected to internet, and with the internet, number of users are connected. On the user computer, a particular software named as Newsreader is there. That Newsreader allows the user to read different news from the Usenet servers. So Newsreader is a program which is installed on the user computer. That program allows the user to get articles or post article on the internet on the Usenet servers. Now Usenet Text messages and binaries. There are two types of messages on Usenet. That is a text message which we can read, and the second one is binary message, which is a binary file. If we are looking for audio, video or software, then it is in a binary file. The files are not saved as a binary file, so we will not see all the ones and zeros when we look at such a message. Instead, we will find some encoded text. It is in coded form. We will find some encoded text, a string of random other characters. The computer will be able to make sense of this code. The newsreader are client software. To use Usenet, a client software is required, and this is called newsreader. We can choose to download any binary content or textual content in the news group. A client software makes both things possible. For Mac computers, the client software Unison is available, but it is not free. For Windows, there are multiple free options available, including Grabit, Spotnet, and Newsleacher. All these are freely available on the net. Over the past few years, a huge amount of data has been stored on the Usenet server, which has triggered the use of several search engines to find the required information. These search engines are like Google, but they are only meant for Usenet. These search engines are called NZB sites. Some of the good NZB sites are, for example, binsearch.info, nzbindex.com, nzbserver.com, nzbplanet.net, nzbindex.in. All these are examples of NZB sites. If we submit a request to a search engine to find a particular file, the search engine will look for that information on different servers. Then the search engine will create a NZB file for us to download. NZB files are very small files containing information for our Usenet newsreader on where to find the real file on the Usenet server. It means NZB file tells us the location where our real files are located on which particular Usenet server. Simply put it, we download the file that refers to a file on the Usenet. Such a file, when be placed in our newsreader client program, our newsreader, that is our client program, will use the NZB file to locate and download the real file that we are looking for from Usenet servers. Is Usenet still used? It is now possible to read and participate in Usenet news groups to a large degree using ordinary internet browsers. Since most news groups are now copied to several internet sites, the group in r.binaries are still widely used for data transfer. Thank you very much.